So Tony Velasquez started comics through Filipino comics. But before that, he made the character called Kenkoy. Hi, my name is Kenneth Picardo, and I'm an avid collector of comic arts. I've been collecting for more than 10 years now, so I got the comic bug, as they call it. And with me, I got Bong Redila.
Hi, I'm Bong Redila. I make comics. I'm based on Miami, so kind of loving the weather of San Francisco right now. So we were talking about these old comics that Ken brought.
Yes, so what I have in here are the first comics that the Philippines have. After the war, they have the first comics that they produced. It was Halakhak. Halakhak, or how do you say this one in English? It's like laughter or something,
Laughter, yeah.
wahaha or something. It says
LOL.
comics because it's funny, right?
Yeah.
It's like a serialized comics where the works of Francisco Vicoching are here. Sabala Santos is also here. So these are like the pioneers of the Philippine comic industry in the Philippines. But if you're talking about the guy who really started it all, it's Tony Velasquez. So Tony Velasquez started comics through Filipino comics. But before that, he made the character called Kenkoy. And this particular Kenkoy was like done in the 1930s, but he actually drew it in Luwayway. It's like in 1929. So these are some of his works that I'm trying to preserve for future generation. Hopefully it survives because it's like, as you can see, it's getting ripped off. Came from the Philippines, and as you all know, these are disposable commodities. They're just like they not taken care of because in the last 10 years, this is like we are just being educated on how or precious these artworks are. And I'm so happy that Bong Redila is just continuing the tradition of the Filipino, what started back in the 30s or 20s, as doing comics and representing the Filipino community. So tell us about your Meläg.
Um, this one is the book that I made. It was first published in the Philippines. This is Meläg. Meläg means short or small in my language, Pangasinan. It was first published in the Philippines by Anino Comics, Adarna House, and translated it into English and published by Fantagraphics for the US audience. So right now, some of the original pieces are exhibited in Cartoon Art Museum. Thank you for inviting me here in San Francisco, especially Rina Ayuyang and Andrew. Thank you so much.
Other stuff that I brought are pages from Kulafu. Kulafu is like probably most of us don't uh, know this character. It's like the Philippine version of Tarzan. So the premise of this one
Oh, you can.
is like an adventure comics, but this comics was done in 1930s. I think 1933 was the first, the maiden publication of Kulafu. Like a little fact, he is the teacher of Francisco Vicoching,
Oh,
who is
really? I
like
didn't know that.
how to be a comic artist in the Philippines is through
Oh, is that this book?
to be a student or of a well-known artist. And sure enough, um,
Is this the original?
Francisco Vicoching, you could see all like the style that he made it popular in his characters, which is Talahib, and one of that character is here. in Halakhat, Bulalakaw. So, so it's like kind of the same. So as you can see the fingerprint of Francisco or influence of Francisco Reyes to Francisco Cochin. So little by little, um, I'm trying to like spread the word that Filipinos have a rich heritage of comics, that we didn't just like started it from the 70s invasion. 70s they were known worldwide, but comics in the Philippines they've been doing it since the 20s, um, because of the American influence, of course. But they made their own thing, the Filipino style that we are trying to all like enjoying right now. Hopefully, you find this interesting, as I did like 10 years ago. I didn't realize that in the 50s they got the Nestor Redondo, Alex Nino doing the comics, and they got good stuff. So it's a race against time to preserve this comics. It got eaten by termites and all this
Yeah.
stuff. So we're trying to salvage this as fast as we can, which is the social media is help us uh, really well, because spreading the word at the same time, the awareness, and oh, this can be collected. So here we are.
Yeah, unfortunately, back in the old days, comics were used as wrapping stuff
Yeah.
for fish.
Like I said, it's a disposable commodity, and little of them survive. Some did, but not in their great condition. But nevertheless, it's fun to collect. It's like a time capsule, as we
Yeah.
were talking about, because the clothes, the what's going in the environment, what's being talked about, it's all in the comics. That's how they do comics in the Philippines.